Okay, hold the Mishnah. Start the Mishnah. Omer lo mes ishtacha. They say to a person's wife died. V'nosa achoisa mi'avia. And he married the sister that was related. They shared a common father. Right? Mesa. Now the second wife died. V'nosa achosa mi'ima. He married the sister that was related through her mother. Okay? That means the third wife was not related to the first wife. You got it? The first and the second wife were related through the father, so the first one dies, he's permitted to marry the second one. And now, the second one dies, he marries the second, but not to the first one. You following?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Mesa, the third wife dies. Nosa chosimi avio. Now he marries a wife, the fourth wife, who's related to the third wife through the father. No, sir. They're not related whatsoever to the first wife, but the third and fourth are related through the same father. Wait. The fourth wife dies. Nosa achoisim imo. He marries a wife, a sister, between the fifth and the fourth. They're related through the mother. They're not related to the third one. Afterwards, they all show up. Meaning, the testimony was false, and all the wives are alive. So how many women is he married to? Right? That's the question. Mutter berishona, the first one. Bishlishis, the third. Ubachamishis, because the first and the third and the fifth are not related whatsoever. Upochis sorasein. Yeah. And if you, let's say we give chalitza, right, to any one of them, because they're his wives, let's say he would die, and any of them, one of these three wives would receive chalitza, the co-wives are free to marry. But he's not permitted to the second and the fourth. And let's say he has relations, the survived brother, with the second or the fourth, it has no value. What happens if he goes and marries the second one after, let's say the first one dies, he's permitted to the second one, right? Harishon and mutter, right? Right? Lachmis harishon and mutter b'shniya. Ubervius. And the fourth, because they died. Upotros, Sorasean, Vosa b'shlishis b'chamishis, but the third and the fifth, he's not permitted. Then biachas men poter sorosan. The same thing, because then they can't be his wives. So if somebody should do yibum or chalitza to either of them, it's nothing. Ben teisha shonim v'yomechod. Child's 9 years old, and we're talking about he's a yovam, right? He's a surviving brother together with all the adult brothers. So when he's 9 years old, his act of bia is considered act of bia. Who posted like the achim. If he has relations with the yavama, the other brothers are out of the picture.
So the question is,
there are four brothers, surviving brothers. One's a minor, three are adults.
Right.
The minor now has relations with the yavama.
So is his action?
No, his action's an action, because his B is a B. He's 9 years old.
Okay, but we say under 9.
Okay, so we're not talking under 9, right? We're not talking about under 9.
Well, 9 and under.
We're talking about 9 and above. The Mishnah is talking about 9 and above. Beteish shana v'yomechod.
Okay.
The Mishnah. Look in the Mishnah.
So that's valid.
So it's called a bia.
Right.
Therefore, who posts like the achin. Therefore, he goes and he invalidates. He disqualifies the adult brothers. They can't do yibum with her. V'achin post na yodo. And let's say they do something to her. They disqualify him, that he can't be involved with them.
Right.
Elo. So what's the difference between him and them? Elohu post el tchilo. His action only has value only regarded as in terms of the bia. Let's say a cotton would give a get, or would give mimer, or chalitza is all nothing.
Right.
So all he could do to mess up the others, to interfere with the others, is only bia. That's tchila. If he does bia tchila, he creates a problem. All right? Who posted tchila, va'achin posted tchila v'sof. But the brothers, whenever they come into the picture, they mess it up.
Right.
Even if he did bia, let's say they gave a get, or they did mimer, to whatever it is.
Right.
Because factually, he himself, she doesn't become his wife. A minor can't have a wife, but his bia is a bia. So it's enough that she's off limits to the others. But let's say now they give her a get. Let's say the adult brothers give a get to the woman who the cotton had relations with, or they do kedushin with her, right? Or they give chalitza to her. No, they mess her up. It doesn't make. She's their yavama. the cotton didn't fully take over the marriage of the deceased.
So can somebody else come in and give it?
No, they shouldn't have. It hadn't. But that they did it.
Right.
They gave a get. They gave chalitza, or they had relations.
After they have the, after the state have the,
So the son, when he becomes adult now, she's off limits to him.
has to give a get when he becomes.
Not a get. Not a get. Not a. He doesn't have to give a get. Not a get. Chalitza is given. If the other brothers give chalitza, she's gone.
But in order for him to give a get, or till he has to wait till he's a majority. Is that
No,
correct?
what does majority mean?
But we say like, 18, but here it's 13.
No,
What's
an adult. What's an adult? All of a sudden, majority. Bar mitzvah.
I mean,
So we're looking at the expression majority.
mistake. All right, so
You want to take over it? Majority.
I don't want to take over.
You got majority. Okay. Okay, with a majority. Okay. Kate said, what is the case of the cotton disqualifies her from the beginning, but they could disqualify even if they come into the picture afterwards. Right? He had relations with the Yevama. He's 9 years old. What does 9 years old mean? He's less than bar mitzvah. He's a child, okay? Because it's a bia. The other brothers went and they gave her kedushin, or nosnu get, or cholzu, right? Or they give chalitza, poslo yodo. They've disqualified her to him. But let's say he would give a get, or he would give mimer, or he'd give chalitza because he's a minor. It all has no value. So they can interfere with him, but he cannot interfere with them other than bia. Right? Because that's the only act that he does which has any meaning or value. That's the Mishnah. Okay? You got the majority of what we just discussed? A major. Oma kulu. Atu kulu lav lachamiso. Rishon and Ninu. Right? You mean all of them? Has he explained the Gemara's question over here? The Gemara's question over here. Otu. Let me see it. Let's move the next picture. It is. There we go. And were not all of marriages discussed in the Mishnah, even those of the first case, from after the reported death of the first wife? Rav Shesha said, "Lachem Mises Rishon Avadi." This marriage took place after the definite death of the first wife. Wife turned out to be a okay. I don't understand what the question was. And what not all the cases? Yeah. Right. Yeah. See, the other case, it only mentions Mesa. Amrlo Mesa Ishtachot in the Mishnah. They came and said, your first wife died. Nosa chosa miyavio. Then it says Mesa. Second wife died.
Right.
V'nosa achosa mi'ima. Mesa. V'nosa achosa.
So 3, 4, and 5.
Wait a second. So Otu kol lav lachamisa. They all died.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Now they come back.
No, first one, there was what? Witnesses came and said she died. So it says, Otu kul lav lachamisa, Rishona. I mean, they all died. Everyone it says, he thought the Otu Rashes lachamisa Rishona Vadai. I mean, the first one, so we said, then they came out, they all are alive.
Right, but he's married the second one.
No. She'omar, emes hoyu hadvorim sho Rishona, ushar dvorim sheka hoyu. Factually, says the first one was the truth. The first one definitely did die. Otu kav lav lachem mises rishoninu. Amrlo mesa ishtcho v'nosa achosa miavia. Mesa. Oh yeah, mesa. Nosa achosa miavia mesa. Nosa achosa miima. Okay. I don't know what's bothering the Gemara. I don't understand the question. I understand what the Gemara's answer is. Sheish lachem mises rishona vadei. I don't know what's bothering the Gemara. What's for Sheshes? What's the Gemara's question? Let's see the Gemara again. I don't know if it's just getting. I don't know if I'll get the question. What's the question in the Gemara? Were not all of the marriages discussed in the Mishnah, even those of the first case, performed after the death, before death of the first wife? Which means that this marriage took place after the death of David. Still don't get it. Okay, we'll just leave it further. Bentei Shonim. Bentei Shonim Yom Echad Tchilo Posel. Right? The Mishnah says Bentei Shonim. He only could affect something negatively at the beginning. The sof lo Posel. But at the end he can't. Samar asks, yes, it seems to be, even if he does bia later, he doesn't mess it up. Right? It says, if a Yavam goes, he's a cotton and he has relations with her, at first, all the brothers are out of the picture. But if all the other brothers did something, he comes in at the end, he can't mess it up. He can't, why not? Samar says, let's say one of the brothers does mimer.
Okay.
And now the cotton has relations after the older brother does mimer. He also messes it up. Because mimer is only a rabbinic marriage. Right. So you see, even if he's coming in at the end of the day, later, he actually disqualifies it for the brother who already previously did mimer.
That's true, but if all the others...
No. But it's, the Mishnah is saying a child only disqualifies the other brothers if he's the first one to be involved. So he could be involved at the last.
No,
but that's the worst question.
Right.
Let's say Ruvain, the adult, did mimer.
Right.
And then afterwards, the cotton had relations with her. Could Ruvain do Yibim any longer? He can't. So why does it say only if he's the first one to be involved, only then he disqualifies it for the others? Even if he comes into the picture later, he also disqualifies. That's the worst question. Votani Rab Zvid Baroshi, Osa Maimer Bivimto. Ruvain, the adult, does mimer. Does kedushin. And then the minor goes and has relations with her, who's 9 years old. Poslo, he disqualifies her. Amri. So the more answers, we know what the Mishnah means to say. Bia posla fila b'sof. No, if it's bia, whenever the minor comes into the picture, he messes it up. Maimer tchila posel b'sof lo posel, meaning. But what about if he does maimer? The cotton comes and does mimer. The cotton does chalitza. The cotton get all meaningless. Yeah. That means, in terms of anything other, wait a second. Ubia afilu b'sof posi. No, he disqualifies her. Disqualifies her. V'oktani elishu posel tchilo. Right? But if the Mishnah says, he disqualifies in the beginning, vein tchila v'sof. But they, at the beginning and the end, seems to be that he's limited to the beginning. And what does it say in the Mishnah? So it seems to be only if he has that bia at the very beginning. But if that bia comes in the picture later, also doesn't mean anything. But we just finished saying whenever the bia comes, even later, he disqualifies. And that word says that there's something that's been deleted over here. This is what the Mishnah says. Okay? Yeah. Rega. Bentei Shonim v'yom echad hu posel tchilo vein posel tchilo. So, a child is 9, he's supposed to posel tchilo. They disqualified at the beginning and the end. Keitzad b'medor mamurim b'maimer. Right? When are we speaking about that he messes it up at the beginning and they at the beginning then? That's only maimer. So it seems to be we're saying that maimer. Aval bia posel safil besof keitzad bentei shoshanu yomechad abal yivinto posel yideyachin. So we're saying now, if a child is the first one to do kedushin with her, even he messes her up. It's not a Gemara school. What are you talking about? A child, his kedushin is nothing, even at the beginning. So Gemara asks, "Umiyisle maimer klal al yideyachin." I mean, a child's a child. His kedushin means nothing. We want to say what the Gemara is answering like this. Even if the child does kedushin at the beginning, he disqualified for the rest of the brothers. But bia even later. So says, what are you talking about? A child's kedushin, maimer, whenever, it's meaningless, right? So even at the beginning, say that. It goes. It actually articulates it. The child can only disqualify in one context. And what is that? Only bia, nothing else, ever. Who posal achin bebia? He disqualifies the other brother, which is when he has bia with her. The achin posla yodo bebia. They, if they have relations with her, any one of the brothers, he's out of the picture. B'maimer, wait, if they should marry her. Beget, if they should give her a get. B'chalitza. Bia the posla bein betchila bein besof. Psikaleg. So Mara is answering, there's no proof. Bia, regardless when he does the bia, beginning and after, so therefore we speak about bia. Factually, a child, rabbinically, the mimer also. He gives at the beginning, also it's like he's reserving her for himself. Okay? Because we're quoting something which seems to be saying that mimer only has to do with the adults, not with him. Right? He says, no. The reason why we don't mention mimer for him, because we're only mentioning things that apply at the beginning and the end. Mimer, so bia applies at the beginning and the end. Mimer by the cotton only applies at the beginning and not at the end. Okay, so that's what it says. Bia, the postal bein betchila beso psikale. That's the reason why it states it. That the child has relevance to, they have four things over him. In what context? At the beginning and the end. He, right, he only has one thing, bia. Does he have mimer? He has mimer, but that's only at the beginning. Mimer, betchila postal beso lo postal lo psikale. Therefore, it doesn't mention it in the brisa, okay? But we're saying a chidush that what? That a child, although he's a minor, if he gives a kedushin, rabbinically that's enough that she's disqualified from the other brothers. The other brothers can't do yibum any longer. You following?
What is the kedushin? What does that mean?
That she's reserved for him, for the cotton, and therefore once he does an act which has a semblance of marriage, although it's not a marriage, just as the brothers. The marriage is also not a marriage. It's all rabbinical. No, suffix. It's rabbinical. But it's rabbinical. He's rabbinical, she's rabbinical. They're rabbinical. What's the status? On the Torah level, she's just a Yevama. Even to the cotton. But when does the cotton's act have value? Only if he does it before anybody did anything. But let's say one of them did Yibum, one did Chalitza, one did Mimer. They did Mimer, his action is nothing. It's so simple. I don't see it registering so well. I see you still have a little haziness here.
Why would they even bring up the fact that it's rabbinical?
No. Where's the question? It says that a child only disqualifies her if he's the beginning. Says, what are you talking about? It seems from here, even that a child, even later. See, that's bia. But it seems from here that if it's mimer, it's even at the beginning. Said Marias, how could mimer be at the beginning? There's no such thing as kedusha by a cotton. And he says, I'll prove it to you. We quote a brisa. Said there's no proof in that brisa. That we say the adults have three things over him, that it's kedusha, that's only because kedusha, even if they would do it later. But in terms of the child, his kedusha only has value rabbinically only at the beginning. But it's only rabbinical. Itmar, Nami. Amr Rabbi Domer, Amr Shmuel, yesh lo get. Chen Amr Avtach, Liv Bar Avdim, yesh lo maimer. Hear this? We're quoting. A cotton, he gives a get. Hear this. No. Rabbinically, a child gives a get at the beginning. She's disqualified from the other brothers. Yeah? If let's say an adult gives a get, what's its value? Nothing. Well, no, on the Torah level, it's nothing. Correct? Rabbinically, why? Because since there's an attachment, so therefore, rabbinically, it looks like they severed it. So we don't allow it any longer. It's like a type of chalitza. A child, if he gives the get before any of the other brothers can't do yibum anymore. But let's say the other brothers did mimer, and the cotton gives a get. Once an adult did something, the minor we ignore totally. But if the woman hasn't been involved with any of the adult brothers and he does anything, mimer, get, bia is on a Torah level. Get and mimer is on a rabbinic level. Okay? That's all. So we're quoting. Itmenami Amr Rav Yehuda Mishmuel yesh lo get, the minor if he gives a get initially. V'chein Amr Rav Tachli Bar Avdim yesh lo mimer. Tanya Nami Hochi yesh lo get, yesh lo mimer. Divra Meir. Sovra Meir yesh lo get. Samares. Kora Meir. Does he give a get? Vatanyo. Also bias Maimer. Bias Bentej. Kip Maimer begodel. It seems to be that his bia, we only recognize his bia as to disqualify because that's like Maimer begodel. But it seems to be from there the inference is that if a child, right? Romero, that's the Tanakama. Romero Omer. Also Chalitzas Bentesha could get begodel. Chalitza is like a get, but what's the inference of that? But if he gives a get means nothing. We're saying now, according to Reb Meir, if you give a get, rabbinically she's disqualified. But we're saying we say if he gives chalitza, it's like a get. But it seems that if he gives a get, a child, it's nothing. It's nothing. V'misa lisne begito, Omer Afuna B'Reb Yeshua Islay v'zuter l'Rab Gamliel. He can, but it's less than an adult giving a get. Why? Domer and get a get, and get hani mili begodel achel godel. Hear this. Let's say one of a yavam gives a get. A yavam gives a get. Then another yavam wants to give it. The second yavam's get means nothing. That's en get acha get. If the one yavam gives mimer, a second yavam's mimer means nothing. What about if a minor gives a get? Right? And then an adult gives a get. The get is a get. Right? So that's what we're saying. Versus an adult, it's nothing. But versus nothing else, then it's something. That's what it's saying. Here, it says, Amar Afun Rabbi Shua, Islay v'zuter, it's if you have an adult giving a get after a godel, godel, mahani, durabonon, damri yesh get a get. Hani mili begodlach godel avokod nach godel lo mehani. Meaning, let's say a godel zut mi get the godel avo chalitzosu have get begodel shem hochi lo toni kigito vashkem forish ozel my bitzirusa the beget. Meaning, a cotton who gives chalitza, although on a Torah level it's nothing, but we recognize it no less than a get of a godel. Although a get of a cotton versus a godel means nothing, but here,
because there's no one else that is valid.
Exactly. Terrific. Baruch Hashem. Howard, it's starting to resonate, I see. Baruch Hashem. Ben Tesha Shon of Yomechot Shebo al Yivimto. Again, a 9-year-old child who, with a B is a B, comes on his Yivama. V'akach bo leo ochiv. Shu ben Tesha Shon of Yomechot. Yep, 2 minors. He had a brother who was 9, a brother that's 10. 2 surviving brothers, both minors. First, the younger one does it, then the other one does it, whichever one does it. 2 minors cohabited with the Yavama. When the second minor cohabits with the Yavama, the first one's he disqualified from the first.
Right.
Okay? Reb Shimon Oimel lo posel. No. He doesn't disqualify him.
So the first one is nothing, the second one is valid.
No. We'll see, but you have to understand. Manushach. The second one's valid, so why should the first one be nothing? If the first one should be something. Reb Shimon Omer lo posel. Ben Teshon of Yomech, the more will explain. Ben Teshon of Yomechod, Shmuel Livimto, Vakar Bol Tzaroso. Normally you can only do even with one wife, one widow. He had relation with one widow and he had relation with the other widow. Okay? Vakar Bol Tzaroso, posel aydei atzmo. So now, he's out of the box. When he becomes an adult, he can't marry either of them. Okay? Because here he's attached. See, if a person is even with wife A, an adult, so that's his wife. When he has a relation with the second wife, what is she? So this can't be his wife, because you right? But if a minor, the first act of cohabitation wasn't an act of cohabitation. It didn't make him his wife. There's some degree of attachment. So when he has a relation with the 2, that means he's attached to 2 widows. So now when you become an adult, no, you're equally attached. How do you detach? So you know what you got to do? He has to give chalitza to both of them. Okay? Let's see Rashi over here. The first case was A 9-year-old has relations with the widow, and then his brother also of minor has. He says, Tanakama says the second one disqualifies it for the first. Rav Shimon says no. The second one, that the second one doesn't disqualify. So Rashi said, what's the history? Current time in Gemara, going to bias sheni shkoga. We had earlier, if you remember, what happens if a person accidentally falls on the Yavama and he cohabits with her? Never intended to do Yibum. It's not valid. So he says the case is speaking where the first one intended to do Yibum, and the second one inadvertently had relations with the woman. Didn't realize he was having relations. He penetrated the Yavama. So although it's an act of cohabitation, but since the intent wasn't there, so that's why it's nothing. But if factually, if we would have had the intent, then he would have. That's where we... Let's say Gemara. Tanya. No, we didn't get there yet. We didn't get there yet. That's the second case. Tanya, Amalab Reb Shimon Lacham Imbia Rishona Bia Shneina Bia. Right? Reb Shimon says doesn't make. The Chacham say if two minors have relations, the first one and the second one, neither could do Yibum when they become adults. So Reb Shimon says Manavshach. If the first one's Bia is a Bia, so we look at it as if it's his wife. So therefore the second one wouldn't. Let's say one brother does Yibum, and then another brother does Yibum to the same woman. Does he disqualify the woman to the husband? No. Right? Why? Because it's already the first one's wife. So same thing. If we value the bia to the first first minor, how does the second minor infringe on the first minor? If you say his bia is nothing, the second one neither should be anything. And if it's something, so the second one should be considered nothing. That's what Reb Shimon is asking the Chachamim. Chacham said if two minors cohabit with the same widow, neither are permitted her. So Reb Shimon says why? If the first one's act is an act, so then it's like the second one should be not considered anything. And if the first one's not, so the second, neither should be considered anything. Okay? Tanya, Omalem Reb Shimon, Lecham im bia rishona bia shnia eina bia. Then bia rishona eina bia shnia nami eina bia. Mas nisin, he says, Loka Ben Azai. Tanya Ben Azai Yomi Yesh Maimer Acha Maimer. Ben Azai says you could, if one brother marries, the second one marries, so they're both married, neither could do Yibum. B'shnei Yevamim, Yevam Achas. They maimer acha maimer b'shnei yevamos v'yovim echod, but you can't have maimer acha maimer with two yevamos and with yovim echod.
But we said that before.
Yeah. We say that the bias cotton is k'maimer b'godol. So if you hold yesh maimer acha maimer, that's exactly what we're saying over here. We see it like two brothers doing mimer on the same woman. We're not finished. A 9-year-old Shabal umes, and then he dies. You have a case, Norman. Yibum, but it's not fully his wife, right? The surviving brother, only does chalitza, not yibum. Why? What's the reason? Manavshach. You know why? Because there's a question here. She's attached to two people. She's still attached to the first husband and attached to the second husband.
Right. So here we say the attachment is weak on the first, but the second one...
But the Torah says you only do Yibum when you're attached to one husband.
But here you have to do Chalitza because...
You can't do Yibum. Right?
Even though it's a minor connection.
Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. 1 second. Yeah. So Rashi explains it. So beteshon v'yomechot shubal b'yivinto umes choletz u'misibem nose ish umes. Right. What about as a minor he marries a woman and he dies? P'tura. There's no yibum. She gets married. A minor cannot marry a woman. Right. Why? What's the difference? For marriage you need das. Right. There's no connection to a minor can't make a connection. What's yibum? He's taking over. There is a connection. So therefore, because there's a connection, that's the reason why we treat it differently. So nose ishu mes harizu p'tura. B'teshon v'yomechot shubal yivinto u'mishehigdil nose isha acheres umes. Yeah, what happens? He becomes an adult. He marries another woman as an adult. So now he has a woman he cohabited when he was a minor, who's the Yavama, and now he has a full-fledged wife. Okay, umes. The one who originally was the minor, who became an adult, dies. But one woman he had relations when he was a minor, and the other one he married as an adult. Im lo yodas rishona mishihigdil, harishona. Let's say he didn't, from the time he became, he didn't have relations with the first one. Okay? Harishona choletzlo misyabem. The divorced one has to receive chalitza without yibum. Vashniya o choletzlo misyabemis. Why? Because the first one, you give chalitza not yibum. Why? Because there's a connection to two people. But the second wife, okay, Reb Shimon Omer miyabing, leizer sheyutze. He can do yibum to either one. Why? V'choletz l'shniya. Why? What's the reason?
Because he has no connection with him.
No, because
He's the brother, and he didn't have...
because we say manav shach. Because since the B was as a minor,
Right.
this brother is coming to what?
He's continuing.
No, because he's of the Reb Shimon says she's not connected to the first one.
Right. You said it was...
So therefore, do yibum v'choletz l'shniya. Echad shu ben teshonim yom echad, ve'echad shu ben esrim. Shlohevi shtei Cyrus. We speak about a 9-year-old or a person who's 20, he didn't reach puberty. So when does he become an adult? When he's 35 years old.
Right.
So we treat him also like a minor.
Right.
Okay. So, okay. Omer Rava. Hod Omer Rabbanon Zikas Shnei Yevomin Michlat Chotz Livun. Right, a person who's connected to two houses. Right, that was the minor who had relations with the woman, and then he dies.
Right.
So the third surviving brother only gets chalitza because she's connected to two houses.
Okay.
Right? Omer Ahod Omer Rabbanon Zika Shnei Yevomin Michlat Cholzo Yevum Lo Tema Hechod Dikot Tzora. There's no co-wife. It's only her. Why? Dikol Migzah Mishum Tzora. The hocha lekat tzara michlas cholza yivum lo yavya.
Good. He married one, he married the other. No co-wife.
1 second. Lo miyad Elohecha dikot tzara. Right? Lo temehecha dikot tzara. Because if there's a tzara, ikol migzar mishum tzara. The hocha lekat tzara michlas cholza yivum lo miyabi. But if there be a tzara. Rega, if there be a tzara, what will be lo temher dikot tzara, gon kigon hach lever vitnan gimelach meisach meim vosav sheni o meis harei lo chodz lo b'siabo so am gemara izikas b'yom do raisa chalitza nami lo tiboy shani midrabon gzeira shem yom shtei yevamos abos meis echod misiabos. Yeah. If there'd be a tzara, you'd give the second one, you'd be able to have yibum with the second one. Right? You'd be able to, why? He says, if you have only one wife, so this woman's connected to two people. But the tzara, where he never had relations with the tzara, she's still connected to the first husband. There's yibum. So you'd have to do yibum on that and chalitza on the second one. Right, that's what you'd have to do. Okay, we'll stop here.